Hey traders, thanks for joining me, and thanks David for you and your team putting this on, and all of the people behind the scenes. I know how much work goes into planning these multi-day, multi-speaker events. I remember back when I first started trading, I wish these things existed because there's so much experience and there's also so many valuable ways to learn, and it just creates an unparalleled learning experience, which I think is invaluable, especially now with the switch to online situations due to the whole pandemic and things. I think it's just a great learning environment for a lot of traders to come together. So hopefully everybody's here has been learning and they've been enjoying the content, and you're taking things from it. For those of you that are interested in learning how to day trade the financial futures markets, or any market at that, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to teach you guys the strategies that my students and I are using at the school. And I want to share with you a little bit about how we trade and what we do, and because we're real traders, trading real systems, and it doesn't get any more real than that. So what I want to do, guys, I want to open up the presentation with a little bit of a disclaimer, because I am going to be talking about performance. We're going to be going over some live trades with real fills. So I do want to talk to you about risk from a disclaimer purposes. I'm not here to advise you. I'm not here to give you advice or tell you where to buy or sell, but I am here to demonstrate and show you concepts based on my own experience. So that being said, please note that past performance never guarantees future results. Moving forward, guys, it's important to embrace the risks. The markets do bear it. Keeping things super simple today, I just want to go over the main things. I want to talk about 5 of the most important concepts I would assume everybody here is dealing with. We're going to go over system overview. I want to talk about user success, performance. I want to talk about my trading performance over the past month. I want to share with you all of the trades that I took over the past month. I think that a lot of traders like to see that. It's not just about, you know, the indicators and the education, but a lot of times traders really want to see that, you know, if they're going to learn from someone, that they're actually doing it. And I think that's absolutely important. I want to talk about the real reason why we're all here, the true reason why we're all here. And then we're going to go into the system and the framework that I use in my classrooms. We're going to talk about some of the trades. We're going to show you some trades. And then if after today and you like what we're doing and you think that this is something you guys could get involved with, then I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse. And I mean that when I say that. If you've ever seen the movie, has anybody in here ever seen The Godfather with Al Pacino? Just type a yes in the chat box if you have. I'm assuming everybody remembers the old Godfather series. Yeah, I'm assuming you've heard the old jargon slang. I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse. Well, I guarantee you that I'm going to make you an offer you cannot refuse today. It's even better than Black Friday. Black Friday can't even stand up to this type of an offer. So you guys just give me 45 minutes of your time, and I'm gonna wow the heck out of all of you. Okay, hopefully that's enough to kind of open up the presentation. So my name is Sean Kozak. I'm the founder of Neural Streets Trading Academy. I'm not here to give any fluff, snake oil, or false hopes. This is a business of serious grit. It is financial trading. If it was for everybody, we'd all be billionaires. But success does happen if you do put in the work and you understand what's going on. I think that's even more important. I don't think time spent in the market, and I don't think learning and hours behind the screens really equates to actually the right type of learning. I think anybody can spend time looking at the screens and get nowhere. I also think that not every strategy is meant for every person. And my little bit of background, I've traded sim accounts, I've traded live accounts, I've managed funds. I've had 60 accounts underneath me, you know, managing 60 sub accounts, which is a pretty large account. And now I educate and I instruct. Mainly my background is, mainly my background is system design. I've built over 40 products on 3 different trading platforms with the development team. It's really given me my experience kind of looking at the market from a different lens, so to speak. So if you ever want to speak to me or my team, if you ever have questions for our traders, we have an open door policy. Let us know. We'll put you in touch with us. We're just an email or a phone call away. My focus is you. At the end of the day, I come to these events because I truly believe that proof is in the pudding. And if we can demonstrate that we're actually able to show you success, that you eventually can learn what we're doing and you can actually replicate that success. I do believe that the reason you're here is to be able to learn how to become very successful in this industry. And that's really the reason why anybody starts something, is to learn and become good at anything, right? We all have an expectation, and that's my job, is to deliver on that expectation. So a couple things here. Hopefully you guys can relate with this. Maybe you guys can all just type a Y in the chat box. I believe in dynamic dialogue. If you guys know, I'm going to present with you guys. I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to expect you to answer those questions. Help me out here. Throw me a bone. Let me know. How many of you guys would like better results? You'd like to believe in your strategy without the fear, cleaner trades, easier setups, so that you can actually depend on what you're trying to do. I'd like to think that it's all of the above, but if you could do me a favor and just type a yes in the chat box, if any of those things resonate as to why you're here today. I just want to know where you're at. I just want to know where you're at mentally, emotionally, you know, financially. You came here to learn and absorb. I'm assuming it's not just to kick time around on the computer at your house. You have an outcome, you have an objective. You're coming here and you're in the searching and the due diligence phase of where can I find what I need to make this better for me, right? Well, I'm here to tell you that it's not about the presentation. It's about watching others do it. That's the case in any industry, right? It's, if you can see someone do it in front of you, you cannot deny what your eyes can see. Everybody can listen to somebody say things, and everybody can listen to the noise and the presentations and the YouTube influencers and all that. But when it gets down to the heat of the moment, if you're in the live markets and you're sitting in a community of traders, if you can watch someone do it in front of you and navigate those waters in real time, you cannot deny what your eyes can see. Can we all agree that makes sense? Would you agree that that would probably be important? If you see a trader that's experienced trading in front of you and they can show you that they're doing well over and over again, would that not be important to see? Yes, no, maybe so. I would like to think so. Okay. So the problem is that most traders have a hard time differentiating good versus bad trades because of an incorrect bias. So let me kind of explain bias. Every day the markets has a bias. And I don't mean your little 5-minute scalp trends and your 1-minute charts and your little order flow tools. I'm talking banks, institutions, the people that are actually creating the market where we're participating in. Guys, we're like a nano fly on the wall, so to speak. We don't really exist, realistically. We could all probably pool all of the money together in all of our family's accounts, and we don't even come up on their radar. Why? Because they're the banks, they're the institutions, the funds, the money managers, all that. Even the money managers in the prop shops don't even show up. It's the sell side, it's the big guys. So the reason the bias is so important is because it's our job to identify what they're doing. And the only way to do that is to understand the volume and the liquidity in the market, where they can do business and build positions and ultimately create impact. Now, when you understand that, you will not fear the market. Let me repeat this. If you understand what they are doing, let me repeat that one more time. If you truly understand what they're doing, you will not be afraid of the market. Fear will disappear. You won't need to be greedy because you'll understand exactly where you're going to do business. And the discipline is going to go through the roof. The end result is you will stop second guessing your trades and you will stop trying to buy 50, 60 indicators and courses, and you will then become a financially successful trader. So let me repeat the concept I said before. If you can come into a classroom and watch somebody do it in front of you, it's not about what we say, it's about what we show you, okay? And it's not about some fancy tools. We've got all of them, trust me. It's about getting a good read on the market so that you have an understanding every single day when you get into the market, you know what's about to happen. And there's no replacing that. So what I want to do today is I want to provide you with some foundation so that you understand that we have turnkey trading systems, okay? NeuroStreet Trading Academy is a twofold organization. 50% of our company sells software. on 3 platforms. The other 50% of our company is designed to educate and instruct traders in our classrooms, our trade rooms, and our coaching programs. And the main goal here is that our instructors trade with you so that you understand what's going on. Everything is rules-based. When I say rules-based, I mean it. There is a framework to everything. We don't deviate from it because traders need to learn in a step-by-step process. The human brain is linear. It means it learns in stages. It doesn't learn it all at once. So traders will learn visually, auditorially, and through replication and application. So that means that you'll learn some by listening, you'll learn some by seeing, and then you'll learn some by doing. Now, what we do is we don't break things down and try to sell you different courses. So like, I'm not a big component on you got to buy this course, you got to buy that course. And it's, by the time you're done, you have no money left and you've bought everything and nothing's working. So what we do is we have a 3-in-1 program. It comes with our live classroom. It comes with all of the education on the indicators that we're trading with, and it comes with all of the education on the strategies that we're trading. Let me repeat that. It's all one. And we trade in the room. So you'll be able to come in and watch the trades. When I say we trade, you're going to see the fills and the executions. You're going to hear me manage trades in front of you. And we're going to call them in advance. You're going to see me execute them. You're going to see me manage them. So when I say watch someone do it, I actually mean it. Come in and watch me do it. Because that's how you learn. You're not going to learn by me telling you how great we are. You're going to learn by believing in what you see, which is really me asking you to give me an opportunity to show you, right? So this is where you're going to have some questions. You're going to have a case of the yeah buts and the what ifs. Okay, let me repeat this. When I went to go buy my car this summer, I had a big case of the yeah buts and the what ifs. Man, I tell you, I listened to every salesman on the block. Yeah, I got the best car. I got these features. The reality is we all have the yeah buts and the what ifs because realistically, the human mind wants to go through the justification process when I want to make a decision to do something. We have to analyze the pros and cons. We got to make sure that it's a good decision, right? Well, we all come here for the same reason. We all want to make money. And this is where you have the yeah, but come in and says, yeah, but how can I be certain that I can actually trust what your strategy is doing? It's a good question. It's a great question. How can I be sure that I'm going to make money if I join your trading room and I understand that, right? These are great questions. Valid questions. Everybody should be asking these questions. And then there's another one that says, what if I can't do it, right? This is that fear, that negative wolf on the left shoulder, right? He's saying, yeah, I know you've been struggling too much. You're destined to fail. I can't do this. I'm just gonna give up, right? We all have that at some point in time with anything, whether we start a new diet, we train a program, we want to learn a new language, you want to get into a new relationship, whatever the case may be. That's just human psychology, okay? So nobody here is any better than anyone else. I'm no different than you, right? If I'm going to go and buy furniture for my house, I'm going to have the yeah buts and the what ifs. I'm going to go through the same process. But in the due diligence phase, it's all important to understand that we all have that. And our only focus is to teach you a money-making skill set. Let me explain this. Indicators will only get you so far. Educational videos can only do so much. But the skill set gets you paid. The skill set is really what gets you paid. So I can take you on the treasure hunt. I can take you to the end of the rainbow where you can see the pot of gold, but you're going to have to learn how to dig for yourself. And I'm going to show you how I do it so that you can see how professional traders trade. And so let me kind of share with you something. Can anybody in here kind of put in their statistics, winning percentages? Like, I don't believe winning percentages are the end all be all to a successful strategy, because you can have a very high win percentage and have a terrible risk reward ratio and you're completely losing money. But does anybody in here want to just be bold enough to put out there, nobody's right or wrong, or if you are successful or not, there's no good or bad in this. Where are you guys at with your winning percentage right now? Like success ratios. Anybody here want to share that? I just want to know if anybody has enough experience to do that in here. If you're not, that's fine. It's, you know, and I know traders with lower winning percentages that have really good profit ratios too, because ultimately it just depends on the R multiples, right? But now I want to kind of shift gears a little bit and I want to talk about some statistics, okay? 60%, 70. Gary's killing it at 70. That's good, Gary. Good for you. Steve rocks 40, now 90 this month after trying. So Steve's killing it. Steve says 90 this month after joining your trading room. Okay, that's a pretty bold statement. Thank you, Steve. Admin saying 75. Good. Okay. I'm asking this because we all are in the same business, eh? We're all trying to do the best we can. We're all trying to do the best we can. I think I want to share with you what I've been doing because I'm an instructor. I've taught a lot of traders, but I'm also somebody that tests a lot of different systems. And I've traded for about 10 years, but I've never traded this good. So I just want to share a little bit of my own personal success because I think it's important that you could learn from somebody that's really gone through the rat race, just like you. And so I started modifying some of the strategies that I've been doing over the past 5 to 6 years because I've built a lot of them. I've built automated systems, I've built discretionary systems, and I've really honed in on some of the fine tuning of what I've been doing with volume analysis, okay? And over the past 36 trades, I've only been stopped out 5 times, and 2 of those were break-even trades. Okay? So the way I look at this is that's a pretty solid hit rate. Okay? It's a really, really solid hit rate, which means I'm winning about 86% of the time. Now, I'm not sitting there to try to boast. I'm sitting there to kind of build some trust in the fact that what would that look like for you if I could show you how to at least get over 60%? What if I could show you how to get over 60, 70%? Would you like that? Like, would that be something that you would feel like, okay, this is something that like anybody can run a business at 50% ratios, but like really, really do well. Like there's a difference between doing good and doing really good. And it comes in stages. There's going to be waves of personal development and trader development. But I think personally, where I'm at in my trading is that I've been able to take what I've been doing and my students are just really reaping their rewards because of it. And I've got some of them in here now that have joined in this presentation. And I'm not here to ask them to share their experience. They can share whatever they want in the chat box. But I'm here to tell you right now that if you come in and you watch what we're doing, I guarantee you're not going to see this anywhere else. It's a totally different world where we're trading, what we're doing. And it works on futures, Forex, stocks, cryptocurrencies. Just depends on the market you're looking at. Because we trade big bank levels. We trade institutional volume levels. We trade accumulation. We trade distribution. We wait for the banks to show us where they want to do business, and we go and we get on board where they're starting. I'm going to show you the trades I took today, and you'll be able to see exactly what I mean. So I want to ask you guys a question, okay? Why are you here? Like, really, why are you here? You know, is it to spend more time with your family? Like, did you guys get into business? I really want you guys to tell me your real reasons. Is it you want a better lifestyle? Secondary income? Some of you guys are trying to pick up a side hustle right now, maybe making extra cash because you're working and you want to bring it in, or maybe you're completely up a different, you know, your whole life's upside down because of the whole situation. I don't know where everybody's from, and I don't know what your financial situation is, but what I do know is that everybody comes in here with different realities. Meaning some people want time freedom. Some people want more time with the family. Some people want, you know, the achievement. Can you guys just put in why your reason is in here? Like, what is it really the reason that you got into this business and what it is you're trying to accomplish? And so Ann says the proof I can do it. Ricky says, I want to fix my rundown house that you inherited. Okay. Pava says he wants to challenge himself. Lynn wants secondary. VC says, I want to lose less. That's a freaking great answer, man. VC, I want to give VC a round of applause because he's honest. He wants to lose less. You know, he doesn't want to struggle anymore. I need a new hobby. Provide for my wife, freedom, retirement. Okay, fine. So let me tell you this. All of that's fine. But if you guys all said that in a job interview for Goldman Sachs or JP Morgan, or if you wanted to work on a risk management department, and they say, why you want to work here? Your only answer should be, because I want to make lots of money. You want to know why? Because that's what trading is about. I know that sounds pretty, arrogant, but it's not. Realistically, so many people have mixed views on what this business is really about. It's really about making the moolah. I'm sorry, but it truly is. And the moment we all embrace that, I come from a different school of thoughts, right? Like I could sit here and waste time all day long, every week, sitting here, my time is valuable to me. I don't have time to sit in front of the screens anymore and waste my life away because I want to learn this stuff. I want to learn it and make money so that I can actually have the time freedom. If you do not learn how to make money in this business, you've lost more than this business actually can give you, because your time, your opportunity cost is really worth more than money, because you could be doing something else with your time. You could go out and learn how to become a really great real estate agent and flip houses and probably make 10 times more money than you would be trading. So the question is, why are we all here? To make money. So then it's really, really important that we get really good at making the money so that you can have the time freedom and you can enjoy the different lifestyle that everybody's hoping for. But let me explain something here. The reality is that just because you put in a lot of work, just because there's a lot of effort put in on our parts, that doesn't mean there's going to be success. The wrong type of effort and the wrong type of time commitment does not produce a result in this business, which is the hugest takeaway that I've ever learned in this industry. So what I want to do is I want to share with you how our guys and myself trade so that you guys can see why this is so important to me to share this with you. Because I'm not interested in how you live your life. I'm not interested in your lifestyle or anything. I'm interested in showing you how to make money. If you come into our environment, that's all I care about. Can we all give an amen or a hoorah or a yes that makes sense to you? I'm a different presenter, guys. I'm just down to brass tacks. This is a business. I've been in this business too long. It's not about marketing to me. I'm into trading. That's it. If you want to get around a bunch of serious traders, get on board with serious traders. Surround yourself with the right people. It's important. Okay? Let's talk about this. In my trading room, this is my brain. This is what I do. I start on a higher time frame chart. I define the areas of interest where the banks are going to do big business. Let me just write this down. Big business is important. Okay, banks aren't doing business all over the charts. They only got a specific couple places where they're going to do big business, and they can, why do you think big business is so important? Because banks deal in big liquidity. So the banks can only do business in certain locations. Has anybody ever wondered why they're like, man, I wish I caught that huge trend? You ever see those trends just kick off and you're like, man, I wish I would have caught that. I want to be able to see how to get on board the beginning of those. Has anybody ever seen that? You're like, man, look at that huge move. And you're like, I wish I knew how to understand when that's going to happen all the time. How many of you guys would like to learn how to do that? Instead of always trying to guess when it's going to happen or try to figure out, what if I told you that we can show you where it's going to happen and why it's going to happen and what to expect it to happen and repeat that? What would you do? What would your life look like if I could show you that? I'm going to teach you this. In 4 steps, we do this. The first thing is we look at the daily time frame and we look at the 30-minute chart. The daily is the bank time frame. The 30-minute chart is the prop shops. Learn what the banks are using, guys. Don't listen to marketers. Funds and institutions use the daily time frames because it's in their mandate to update the funds, and it's in their mandate to update their risk tolerance parameters because of the regulations of their funds. So the daily chart is super critical, okay? The 30-minute chart is an auction time frame, which is used by all the prop shops in the world because it's market profile and volume profile time frames. Anything outside of that is just retail traders trying to get fancy. And then we use a 5-minute chart and a 1-minute chart to time our entries. End of story. Okay? Now this works on all markets. You tell me you want to look at Forex, you want to look at a cryptocurrency, you want to look at futures, you want to look at stocks. I can do this on any market. I'll be able to show you exactly where the banks are going to do big business and how they're going to mark the market up. They're going to rip it and snip it. Okay? So what we do is we go from the daily down to the 30 and we identify the range of price. I need to tell you where the market's going to go because the institutions are going to play one side of the market. They're going to always build positions to one side of the market each day. They're going to either be building positions to rip the market long, or they're going to be building positions to sell the market short, because they can only do so much business at any given time. And then they set the tone for the day. They set the course of the day. Or if they keep it in a range, they're going to do it on both sides of that range. So you need to be able to see, you can play both sides of the range. We normally only play one side of the market each day because it's dictated by our trends. Then we go in after we've mapped out all of our levels. On these charts, I'm going to teach you how to point out bank levels. When I say bank levels, weekly auction volume nodes. Never mind the smaller time frame stuff. Let's talk about where the banks are going to be building big positions. Once you know where you're going to be focusing on doing business, it's all about trade management. All of this stuff is good, but step number 3 is where you make your money. You have to get good at step number 3. Everything is great once you know the levels, you know what you're doing, what to expect, but now it's all about trade management. And then this is all about becoming a master of your craft. Journal your trades, keep stats like I do. I was just explaining, I always like to study my stats, write the stuff down, look at what I'm doing. So let's go through here. I want to show you some screenshots of some trades, and I'm going to go into the charts that we took trades on today. All of the stuff that I do in our classroom uses different indicators, okay? So we've built profiling software, we've built order flow software, we've built Elliott wave software, we've got momentum software, supply and demand software. Heck, we've got so much software that software companies come to us and buy software from us because we're just really good at building indicators. It's what we've done for years. But not all of our strategies are using them all at once. So we have different tools for different reasons. Okay, different strategies require different tools. So what we normally do is we always put an emphasis on the auction levels, and then we use other tools for timing and confirmation. So what we'll normally do is when you come into our trading room, okay, we're at the end of this webinar, I'm going to give you the offer that's going to give you an opportunity to test drive all this stuff without having to buy it. Okay, we're going to get the opportunity to be able to use all this stuff for a period of time without having to spend a bunch of money on it, because my job is to get you making some money first before you start spending it. Okay, and then you can build that trust with us in our classroom, and then that way you'll know where you want to stay. Okay, here's a trend trade I took, okay, a while back. I want to share with you. These are a little bit older, so I'm going to fast track through these and go into some newer ones today. So this was a trade I took on a wave trade on a frequency ratio. This is a trade I took on a pullback on a wave trade on a frequency ratio. We look at wave analysis, but not this way as much now that we've integrated the auction trades, okay? This is an order flow level, scalping order flow off auction levels, okay? We were scalping auction levels off big bank areas. So what we do is we come in, we identify where the banks are gonna basically give confirmation of levels, and we trade that. I scalped both sides of this. This is a trade I took on both sides of it, okay? And knowing where they want to bring the market, where they want to keep the market in between the volume nodes. Very, very important to learn this. We'll talk about that later. This is an example of some of the order flow stuff that we do, and we look at some of the bank levels. This was a bounce trade for a scalp. This is 30-minute levels, and we're nailing it down to a 5-tick ratio, okay? Here's another level where we're coming into some areas, nailing the highs off of certain areas because of the order flow and the big bank levels. You notice how I have the 30-minute volume level? On this trade here, it's 30-minute volume level. We're not trading small time frames. We're trading big time frames, but we're using small time frames for market and risk management. It's called hybrid. It's a hybrid system. We day trade big time frames. That's how you make the big money. You day trade big time frames. You don't day trade small time frames, because small time frames get you chopped out of the place. You get ripped all over the place. Okay. Here's another example of a 30-minute auction level coming right into the locations. Okay. Now I want to kind of focus on this. So this is more auction trading. This is volume trading. I want to show you an example here. This is a trade example. Okay. On this level here. This is another example here. This is a really, really good trade off the VWAP on a high volume node. Okay, this is a great example off the VWAP on a high volume node. Came right down, tested this area, big banks. I mean, this is a 30-minute chart. That's a big day trade. That's a huge trade. For a day trade, that's a big trade. Okay. Here's a really great trade. This was a point of control rejection off of VWAP into arbitrage. I know none of this makes sense to you because none of you guys have been in our classroom yet to see it, but I'm just explaining what this is. These are real fills, guys. These are real trades, okay? Here's another trade. This is a fantastic trade. Okay, this is a really, really great trade coming in here. Targets hit on this one, okay? You say, Sean, show me the stop outs. I will show you the stop outs. I had 3 of them. I'll show you them. Just give me a sec. I'll go and pull the stats. This was another great trade. This came into the bank level, planned an entry 4 contracts, executed out of there, which is a nice position there. That was a trade on gold. So I want to share this. This is today. So this is interesting. I want to share with you today. So I went down on a smaller time frame today, and this is exactly, I'm going to go into the charts. We're going to take a look at this. This was a big bank level. So we map our big bank levels in advance, okay? We wait for them to put in their first environment. I want to know they're going to do business here. They're going to set the tone at that level. That's the most important low on the chart. If they're going to do big positions and they're going to do big business, I knew they were going to do big business here already because of the 30-minute time frame. There's no question about it. Like, this is where they're doing business. But the question is, are they going to do big business to build a position? So what they're going to do is they're going to come up, they're going to consolidate, and they're going to drive the market down again. What do you think they're doing from here to here? They're adding size. They're building positions. They're building positions. This is how the institutions build positions. Because you can't have an uptrend unless an institutional bank adds a whole bunch of size, which is called accumulation, to create a markup phase. You cannot have an uptrend without big banks building a position to do that. That's their job. Their job is to add a whole bunch of size at a low price. The market trends all the way to a high price, and then they offload and they basically start selling at other areas. So this is exactly what we did today. Is we waited for our entry queue after they retested the bank level, got in on confirmations of entry, and I peeled out my trades here. Now, I originally was going to hold for a bigger target, but that was my first trade of the gates, out of the gates right in the morning. This is right off market open. This was this morning. Okay. And I like to put money in the account before I take more trades on other markets. And I like to, if I'm going to hold on for the bigger wins, which these are bigger trades, I can assure you that, then I'm going to put some money in the account and I'm going to buffer myself before we start legging into more aggressive trades. Not even aggressive trades, holding on for bigger wins. So this was my original target, but I executed here because we were going into news. So this was the trade of the morning. This was the NASDAQ. That was green on the screen, baby, exactly. So this is the NASDAQ trade. I took the same trade. I missed my entry. My first opportunity for my entry was here after they were rotating out of this base. My first initial entry was supposed to be here, but I missed the boat. I was looking at the S&P as well. That was the trade I really wish I took today, was the S&P, because it was a stronger market. But the NASDAQ was an amazing trade because they showed this was accumulation 1. They popped it up and then they accumulated. What was important here was that this was the higher low breakout. So a lot of traders don't understand that. This is what I mean, like, understanding what's happening in the market. It's really powerful when you see the 30-minute profile charts, and we teach you this in the morning. I knew they were going to mark this up. Like when I say I knew they were going to do that, I don't mean that arrogantly. I mean it. I actually knew that that's what they were going to do in the market. They're going to flush it down to a big bank level. This was a 12-period daily average on a 30-minute weekly volume node. This is a very significant area for us to pay attention to. We're happy when they come down here. Why? Because I want to see this. I need to see that sideways rotations in the market so that when they kick in, I know that that's the beginning of the wave. That's the beginning of the uptrend. That's the beginning of the markup. And if you guys look at the NASDAQ today, what did they do today? They ripped it to the upside. And so this is exactly why we got in here on the accumulation phase. And then basically I took my targets up here. That's 40 points on the NASDAQ. And I missed the first entry. I had to get in on my second queue, which means I probably would have taken an extra 20 points on that trade. Now, I want to share something with you. I want to share something with you. We've got lots of reviews and we've got traders that say great things with us, and I like having traders write reviews on sites we can't monitor. Like, this is stuff that, like, it's public review. You can go check it out and you can talk to our traders. More importantly, check out our YouTube channel, because I put out recaps every day. So, and we're not talking one or two recaps, guys. We've been doing this for years. We got hundreds of recap videos. So when you see trade recap after trade recap after trade recap after recap, it's because we're actively trading the market, which means you want to be in an environment that are real traders actively trading the market, because that's where you're going to learn the most. You're going to get good in that environment. That's where you can make money, is being around traders that are doing it. So let me explain something to you, okay? I want to share with you, this is the fills on the platform. I want to share with you the statistics on this over the beginning. This is since almost the last month. This is the last month of trading. This has been my stats, 87% winning percentage. You know, I had a max drawdown of $2,800, and you know, that's the last month, and I'm trading about $1,000 per trade. Okay, and that's just trading auction levels, keeping it clean, a couple of trades a day in the morning. I don't trade the afternoons, and I'm trading 3 days a week. That's 3 days a week, guys. That's not 5 days a week. That's 60% exposure to the market. That's not Mondays and Fridays. That's 3 days a week. Right? So, you know, I don't know what your goals are, but I want to share something with you. What really opened my eyes to this concept was realizing where most traders are at. This is very important. You've got two types of traders. Two types of traders. You've got traders with lots of money, or that have access to money, and you have traders that don't. Both are created equal in certain ways, and some traders are not created equal in other ways. So let me explain where you're not created equal. A trader with lots of size, or has the ability to have capital, can actually scalp properly. The definition of scalping is large size, very large size. Okay. A lot of traders say, oh, I scalped the markets. I'm going to get 5 or 6 ticks. On what? A couple contracts? How can you make a living like that? You cannot. So scalping, a lot of traders, I want to scalp. Okay, no problem. But if you have lots of size, then you can do that, because you could go in with 25 contracts for 5 ticks and you're producing big cash payouts. But not everybody's doing that. Not everybody has that flexibility. So therefore, if you're somebody that wants to trade scalp or day trade, which means when you're day trading, you need to catch the bigger trades. You need a bigger trade. You need bigger R multiples to be able to make big payouts in the market, because you're trading with smaller size. It's math, guys. It's not. So if you're somebody trying to figure out, like, I look at replacing income. I think from the money side of it. I'm not thinking from the indicators. I'm not thinking from the look at me perspective. I'm really thinking about it from the mathematics side of the business. If you're going to run a business, understand the business. If you want to run a restaurant, you need to buy steaks at $1 and sell them for 10, because you got to pay your staff, which takes away $5 of your margins. You're not going to make a profit if you don't have a $10 spread on your steak. So if you want to be a trader and you want to make $1,000 a day, but you're not able to do that scalping because you're only trading one contract and you're not capturing enough movement, then how can you make $1,000 a day? You can't do that. So where I'm coming from is the place of experience here to help you guys kind of understand what I've been doing, because I used to scalp. I used to scalp in our classrooms, trading 25, 30 contracts. And all the traders that didn't have a lot of money, they're like, I can't trade like that, Sean, because I'm not able to. I can't trade with you because you don't have. So what I did was I just started trading differently. And the only way that I did that was I was looking for the big moves. So in order to get on the big moves, You need to know where the big guys are going to start that moves. Yeah, it's $500 per contract, Brad. So I was risking about $500 per contract. So Brad's asking how much was that risk per contract on the NQ? It was about $500. Yeah. I would have been able to get way less risk, but I missed my first entry. So I had to take a little bit of a bigger stop until it started to move in my direction. But it's on everything. Like the euro market was less risk that I took, and there was other trades that I missed. Let me kind of just finish the concept here for a second. And the Nasdaq's a higher risk market because it's a bigger range. So, you know, a lot of traders will trade the S&P, the YM, the Russell. Just depends on your preference, but if you want to trade that. So the big thing is if you're trading a small account, or if let's say you want to get a funded trade with Top Step Trader, like maybe you want to get with Top Step or OneUp or any of these prop firms, you can't trade more than 3 contracts. They're going to kick you out of their combines. You can't even get funded. So how can you even work for a prop firm managing small risk profiles and you're not capturing big moves? You have to catch the big moves. So what I've been specializing in and focusing is on teaching how to traders to catch the bigger trades. But that means you got to be patient enough to go to where the big banks are going to do business. So let me just explain. Bank level. We focus all of our attention in our classroom on identifying bank levels so that we can identify the higher time frame direction, so that we can get in at the bank level and ride the wave, baby. That's it. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't need a lot of trades. I just need the big ones. So let me show you the NASDAQ. We came in today off the open. This was our charts. This was the charts today off the open. And I told the traders, I said, and I can't go into teaching you how to plot all these levels right now. It's not my focus today. But all of my focus is that I would say they're going to start to try to build a position here, here, and here. And we're going to go into the smaller time frame in this level, and we're going to see what they're doing. Because the smaller time frame will tell us that they're going to hold their position there. The reason we said that is because this is a really big bank level. This is a big bank liquidity pocket. This is liquidity. This is liquidity right here. Institutions can do big money business in liquidity. Institutions cannot do big money business in low liquidity. So if they're going to ride this up, which they were, because all the other markets were rallying, so the Nasdaq was going to follow suit if they held the lows. And this is what I'm going to teach you how to do this. I'm going to teach you how to come in and understand how to do this. So they came in, they built the position, and they ripped it. We got in down here this morning. This is our trade focus right here. Getting in right there. I'm going to show you. Bank levels don't change a lot, Brad, because they're institutional levels. Like these are big money pockets. They update every morning. You can update them throughout the day, but they don't change a lot. And this is what we wait for. I'm not trying to be the fancy guy. Like anybody here trying to figure out, I'll tell you right now, so many years I went through trading to try to be that guy that you know, because we built indicators. So one of the things that we felt was like we had to show the traders that our indicators will show you where to buy the market, and this is going to catch the low, and this is going to give you the best trades. It works periodically, but what ended up happening is you never know where the markets are going to blow through one level, low tick the second to hold at the third. How many times have you guys had really great software levels and you're like, it worked one day and then it didn't work the next and you got run over? Or it worked the next day and then 2 days later you got stopped out because it didn't work the same way. It's notorious. Like everybody's software, everybody's indicators does that. What we do is different. We still use the levels. We still use everything that we just explained. I'm just looking for the markets to show me that they're building the position. So they started building the position here, and I'm going to teach you how to see this. They started building accumulation here. They marked it up to finish the accumulation. This is the daily, the monthly, and the weekly VWAP levels. That's what these are right here. And they ripped it. And this is the exact same trade. I missed the S&P. I will tell you, I missed the S&P. There was the trade today. They were going to take it up here, but I don't have any more levels plotted because I didn't trade in the afternoon. Same thing on the euro. Did the same thing off the euro. You can see I took this trade here on the euro. right there off the lows. But the question is like, why did I get into the trade? Like, it's not just about that. It's because of the areas. It's because of these levels that we put on our charts through our homework in the morning prep. And then we wait for the market to show us what it's doing so that we can get on board the markup. It's all about the markup. It's all about the distribution. I'm not interested in getting on board the middle of the things. I'm interested in getting on board the beginning so that I have the ability to capture the big moves. Because it's how you make money with small accounts. It's how you make money with prop firms. And it's how you become better at trading. You're taking less trades, but you're capturing larger trades, bigger moves. Now I can show this to you on cryptos, futures, Forex, it doesn't matter. Stocks, it doesn't matter. Once you learn how to do this, prepping the daily levels, I'm telling you, it's game over. So if anybody in here is new, okay, if anybody in here is new, okay, and you know you're new to futures, and you want to learn how to trade futures, but you've never traded futures, okay? Then we'll give you an ebook. Let me give you the ebook here now. I'm going to put it in the chat box. If you've never traded futures before, and this is completely over your head and you've never been in the futures industry before, that's fine. If you've been in stocks, Forex, or cryptos or anything like that, it's the same concept. I'll teach you how to read the market. I'll teach you how to read that. It's very simple once you understand it. And there's an ebook there. You can download that book. And what I want to do is I want to talk to you about how this can be your reality. Okay. We have live classes, an online education course for all of the indicators, and then we have an online education course for all of the strategies, okay? It's simple. You come in the live markets, you watch me trade live in front of you, you learn what we're doing in real time. Have a master help you navigate the waters. The education is for you to watch in the evenings on the weekend so you can learn the tools, learn the strategies, okay? There's a time to learn and there's a time to trade. That's simple. Now, remember what I said? How many of you guys remember what I said? I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse. You guys heard me say it. You're going to hold me to it? Give me a yes in the chat box. You guys ready for it? Looking out for the offer. I cannot refuse. Okay. I just want to make sure everybody's happy today. It's a great day to be alive, right? We're all breathing. It's a good day. My energy is really high right now because I get excited to help traders. I just see so many traders doing so well that it just blows me away, right? Because there was years where I struggled too. There was, man, I tell you. And I don't feel that way ever again. And that's a really freeing feeling, okay? So what I want to do is I want to share this with you. Normally, if you were to buy all this stuff and you want to have a lifetime access and pay for everything outright, I mean, it's expensive. We don't do it like that anymore. There was a time in our past, years ago, when the company was just getting started in the early infancy stages of our growth phase, where we literally would, you know, have to sell you everything on really high price tags. We're done with that. We're gone are the days for $5,000 and $7,000 trading programs. No. You can't help lots of people that way. Our job is to help lots of people, not only help a select few. Okay. So what we do now is we make it very easy for you to access us, because at the end of the day, realistically, you don't trust me yet. Let's get down to business. I haven't earned that yet. I've probably maybe impressed a few of you or maybe got you interested. But my job over the next little while is to build that trust with you. You give me some time in the markets, I can assure you, your eyes will not deceive you. Okay? So yeah, there's tons of videos. So we just put content. We film all of our trading room. Like, we've got 5 years of trade room recordings in our members area. You could go back and watch 10 years of trading room if you want. We just don't take it out of the site. It's there for you to access it. Okay. So let me explain this. I'm going to give you an entire month with me in the program for $3. So if you can afford a Starbucks cup of coffee, I'm going to give you 30 days access with our trade room and our online education course. Normally, we charge $97 a month. It's $100 a month to be in my classroom. Okay? I'm going to give you the first 30 days for $3. How many of you guys think that's a really good offer? Okay. That's like less than the cost of some of your commissions on one trade. Okay. At the end of the month, if you like what you've seen or you want to stay with us, it'll be $97 a month. Okay. For $3, I can spend 30 days with you, 4 weeks of the trade room. Okay. And you either love me or you hate me by the end of that 30 days, but it's $3. You could throw a cup of coffee away pretty quick. No risk to you. I could change your life. This will be the best coffee you guys ever drink. I can guarantee that. Okay. Now, as I mentioned, okay, you have full control. You can cancel at any time. There's no locked-in contracts, nothing like that. It's $3, guys. Futures, but also we're going to be, in the new year, we're going to be running stocks, futures, and Forex rooms. So not to worry. Come January, we open up all the other rooms. Yeah, we're going to be running our rooms across global assets. We're doing a big expansion right now. So come after Christmas, we're going to be running several trade rooms. Yeah. Because it's a big deal. Okay. But let me explain this. If you want to use all of the software and the indicators, all of the tools, normally you'd have to buy them because they are products. Like there are, our company sells indicators and products on our website. I want to give you a 7-day trial of all of it. Like you get the whole inventory of all the tools that we're using in the trading room for $25. Okay. My team will log onto your computer and install them. You can use them for 7 days. You'll still have the whole month to trade with us, but you can drive the Ferraris for 7 days for $25. Okay. And the reason we do that is because some of you guys will want to use some of them and some of you guys may not, right? Some of the strategies that we're using are using some of them, like we're definitely going to need the auction levels and stuff like that. But the main goal here is that instead of you buying something and having to pay thousands of dollars and stuff, I just want to give you trials of it. Like I said, this whole webinar is about building trust with you. You don't know us yet. If you've never been to our classrooms or you've never done that, like there's so many people just buy things that they hate or they regret later. I never want you guys to ever feel like you spent money where you never felt you got your value's worth, right? So for $3 for 30 days, you can come into our classroom and you can trade with us. And for an extra $25, I'm going to give you a test drive of all the Ferraris for 7 days. And you can drive it. You can drive them all, and my team will install it for you. You can use it, and you can trade with them. In those 7 days, if you just take one trade with us, if you take one trade with me, it covers the cost of all of this, right? It's your call. It's available on NinjaTrader 8. We are in the process of right now of porting all of our code onto TradeStation and also TradingView. So for those of you that are interested in alternative platforms, coming soon in the new year, we'll be able to have our main suite on TradeStation and TradingView as well. Okay, so let me just do this, guys. I'm going to give you the links in the chat box here. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Okay, I really do. I look forward to trading with you. I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank David and his team, and I really hope that the presenters that are up after me and you know, for the rest of this event, that you guys learn from these experienced people. I'm sure everybody in here has great offers and great programs and products. If you felt that I hit a chord with you and you could relate with any of the things that I was sharing with you today, then come in and join us. You know, you won't be sorry. I can assure you that, right? It's an offer you can't refuse. Okay, so traders, have a fantastic Thanksgiving. And for those of you, hey, Laura, thanks, no problem. Excellent. So thanks again, David, and the rest of your team there for having us in. As always, it's a privilege. And traders, hope you guys enjoyed the presentation. Take care, guys.